Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Decoupaging with Michelle. So I'm super excited today about this project. I'm going to be using mulberry paper. You guys, I've never used it before. I just worked on a project prior to this video for my first time, kind of playing around with it. Amazing. Where has this been all my life? So I thought I'm going to make this really cool candle holder with the some napkins, some butterfly napkins, and some mulberry paper. So let's get rolling here. So I picked this up at the Dollar Tree the other day. It has just one of the built-in candle holders or tea light holders. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to be using this. So I've already washed this. This is clean. I wiped it down with alcohol, so everything should adhere to it pretty well. And I'm going to use these 4 butterfly pictures, or napkins. These butterflies came from, I had this really cool napkin. I had all these beautiful, beautiful designs. I just chose those 4. I think those look really nice. I get most of my napkins, you guys, from eBay store called Napkin World. She is phenomenal, has so many choices. So, the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna fix my butterflies on the jar. That's the first thing I want to do. And so I'm just gonna kind of put them around the jar. So no matter how you set the jar up with the candle in it, you'll be able to see this. So I realize I do not have my sack of rice, you guys. So this jar is going to be moving all over the place, and this is why I use this. So got my little sake full of rice. Look at that. That'll hold it right in place for me. So it is a little different for me not having the paint down and just using the Mod Podge. I've been doing this a little differently. Still very thin. It's pretty tacky. These are small enough, so I'm just going to set this on top of here like this. Let me move it up a little bit. And then I'm going to gently rub that on there. So this process isn't any different than any of my other projects as far as decoupaging that napkin on there. So it just looks really weird because it's just the napkin, right? Now, don't worry about it. We got this covered. This is so cool. So we have that one there. I think we'll do a small one. Let me see how we want to do this. So we have that there. Maybe we'll put this one up here a little bit. Let me put the big one on because I'm going to put this other big one on this opposite side. So I will put this here. And then I'll determine where to put the small ones based on these. So I'm going to put just a little bit of Mod Podge. Again, not very clumpy. It's actually very, very tacky on there. And because I'm not really worried about that these are perfectly straight, these are just kind of fun and whimsical, I can just kind of lay that on there easily. And then adhere this part of the napkin. Alrighty. So I have 2 more. Let's see, I think I'm going to put this one. So those are both, that's that way, that way. I think I'll put this one like this. So they're all going in different directions, which is fine. And I'm going to set this up here. You guys are not going to believe how easy this mulberry paper is. I've seen people use it a lot, in the past. I guess I was just kind of set in my ways of painting a jar and decoupaging on it. I was never really thought about trying it. And my sister asked me to do a project for her that required me not to paint something because she wanted to use it as she had a light for it. She was going to put in it. I'm going to put that there, I think. Oh, and I forgot to put a little bit down there. Okay. So those are the butterflies around. I think it's going to look really cool. So why I started this, so my sister has this glass block and she wanted to put some LED lights in it with a napkin on it. And I was like, well, the paint, Not a lot of light shows through in the paint. So let me try this mulberry paper, and I loved how it turned out. More importantly, I loved how easy the stuff was to work with. So let me show you. I just ordered mine from Amazon. It came in a packet like this. They're very, very thin sheets. Let me just take one out here. And they're incredibly thin. So easy to work with. I can just rip them. I don't have to even worry about using the water to rip it apart to give that ruffled edges. One thing you do is you want to make sure you don't use any of the straight edging, because that's going to be a line that will show in your project. So I'm just going to use this piece of paper, but I'm just going to pull this apart. I'm kind of going against the grain, and that's fine. But I want to make sure there are no straight lines for what I'm doing. Okay. And I got Mod Podge on my fingers, and my stuff is sticking to me. So check this out, you guys. Let me see how to use this. Sometimes I might just tear that off. So I have a little point here, and I'm just going to put it right in the middle there of I don't want to go up on the ring. I want to be careful with that one. For the lid, I don't want to put too much stuff there. And then when you find a place for it, you just get your Mod Podge and you put it over it. Look at that. So easy. Oh my god, look at that. And so literally you just fill it in. So like I have this little piece left over, and it just happens to have a little peak. I can put it in there. And then you just build on this all the way around. So I'm going to work on this. Just get this going around here. Just want to make sure you don't cover up your design. So I don't want anything to cover up my my butterflies. But I'm going to go around this. And I have tons of little scraps from the project I was working on earlier. So, and then the great thing is you put it in any direction, because the way that the designs in the mulberry, the paper goes everywhere. So you don't have to worry about your paper even being straight, which is kind of cool. So I do just want to kind of make sure I fill stuff in pretty good though. And it is like a puzzle. So I don't know if you notice, I just kind of find the best fit of a little bit of a little like an indentation there. So that tends to work really well. Look at that. Look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, usually when I paint, you know, it takes days for those projects to get done, because you have to wait for the paint to dry, and then you have to, you know, do your Mod Podge and wait for everything to dry in stages. This just one day, like I can do all this stuff in one day, and then like I will let this dry tonight. I'll put my sealant coat on tomorrow, and we're good. I know it looks kind of funny. Like you just have to. This is where you really have to believe in the process, you guys. So again, it just tears really easily, and I tear my straight edges off, and I just try to figure out like what works where. That works really good there. So I know to pull that up because I don't want to cover his wing up, right? And I'm going to just do the jar. I'm not gonna do the this part, the ring yet. I'm not sure. I have to think about if I want to put the mulberry paper on the ring. Oops, I kind of pulled back because like all the way in the ring. I'm not sure how well it will open and close with the mulberry paper. So I'm gonna just do the jar and think about what I'm gonna do with the ring. So there's a little bit of a gap there, you guys, and so I can just take one of my scraps. I have a scrap that actually has a little piece in it, so I'll tear that there. And then look, it just set it in here nicely. And look, it just fills in the gap. How easy is this? Oh my gosh, you guys. So here's one of my small edges, and so this has a straight edge, so I just want to get rid of this straight edge here. That might be too big to go through that, and that's fine. Can I tear this? Can I tear? Look, I can even tear it smaller down the middle, and this will be a nice kind of bridge here to go down the middle of that. And then of course there's some other places I have to fill in, like right there. So I'll tear a little bit of this off. And it really is like puzzle pieces, just filling it in. And then you can't see the edges of what I just did. Then I have this little piece left over. It's nice because you really kind of use all of the product, because I can just take little bits and pieces. I'm using it all, and I'm not a very little waste, which always excites me, because you know I hate when we have to waste stuff, just like because it was scraps or whatever. So okay, so I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna just tear this, make this small enough for that gap, get rid of a little flyaway there, and look, that actually fits in there perfectly. A little bit long when I'm shorten it up here. You guys, have you guys ever worked with mulberry paper? Share your experiences with me. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have done, or your thoughts on mulberry paper. Sorry about that, guys, but my camera totally just went out on me. I don't know what happened. So let me straighten that up a little bit. So I haven't really done too much more. I'm just gonna finish this bottom of this, and then the bottom of the jar. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna whip this. I will let this dry, you know, for about 24 hours, and like to get that Mod Podge nice and dry. Oops. And then I'll seal it. I seal all my projects. I always use this DecoArt, the Duraclear by DecoArt Duraclear varnish. It's water resistant. It protects your paint. It protects your designs. It does everything that we want it to do. So I'm gonna put this in here. Take this little piece there out. Yeah, I just am absolutely. This is just so easy, you guys. Blown away how easy this is to work with. I think the most frustrating part is the Mod Podge on my fingers sticks to stuff when I go to pick it up. So, little piece hanging up there. I think I'll put this here. Well, I have one of my cats is in here playing with paper, so if you hear some random noise, it's the cat. I think that he found a string or something, and he's just batting it around like crazy in here. That's okay. That's all good. So, and again, just, you know, figure out what piece you need where, how does it fit in there, Mod Podge it on. Fill stuff in. Oops. How do I want to fill this in? Then this has just a few little pieces in there that I want to make sure I fill up. Oops. Just threw something on there. So this has a little piece here. So I'll fill that in. Again, this is one of the great things I found out with mulberry paper, is you just kind of fill in where you need it to. It's nice to have use the bigger pieces, of course. But when you are doing some, you know, either odd-shaped jars or just something random, it's nice just to be able to fill it in, not have to worry about like creases or wrinkles or anything. None of that with this mulberry paper. Again, really easy to tear. I'm gonna tear away the straight edges. So when you go with the grain, it's pretty easy to tear. One of the challenges is when you go against it, you kind of have to piece it off like that, but that's cool. So I can, you know, kind of put this here. I can put that whole piece across there, but I can just fill in this spot here, and this will go underneath. Look at that. Perfect. Now, if you notice also when I'm doing this, it seems cloudy. And then you can tell some of the dry spot. This might look lighter, and this is kind of cloudy down here. That's the Mod Podge, you guys. When this starts to dry, it dries, and the cloudiness will go away. And so that will give you that kind of glazed feel, I guess, in a way. I don't know. I'm just amazed how easy it is to work with. It wasn't a straight edge, but it looked a little straight to me. So again, fill in this little crack, and I just gotta, not using a whole lot of Mod Podge, just enough to adhere it nicely. Okay. So I think the jar is done. I have to do the bottom. Oh, there's a little empty spot right there I'm gonna fill in. So that's why I just, you know, take your time and look over it, and I just really want to do a sliver. I don't need very much here. Will that fit in there? Is this a sliver enough? Oh, I think that's a straight edge. It's funny when we're doing crafting how much we ask ourselves questions and then we answer as well. All right, so let me just do the bottom of this. I said I was gonna do that. I think I'm gonna actually put some Mod Podge down first. Now, this is a weird bottom, and it's kind of grooved out weird, but it works. And then I want a little piece over here. I don't like that little empty there, and there's a little empty space there that I don't like. And I'll put this on. So it's funny that I just got these glass things with the handle holder just yesterday, Friday actually, or 2 days ago. And so like my mulberry paper came yesterday. Again, I ordered it for a project I was doing for my sister. I thought it would work really well for her project. And I fell in love with it, and I was like, why don't I just use these on these candles so that they illuminate? And here we are, folks. Here we are. So I am going to put this mulberry, I'm going to put this all the way up on the edge to the very rim of this. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do past that, but I do want to make sure I go all the way to the rim. So there's a couple places I'm gonna actually put a little Mod Podge down now. That goes right on there. And then do I have one more little piece? I think I just tear it from here. Look at that, you guys, which is perfect. Oops. Well, it's move more perfect when it sticks. All right, so let this dry. I'm excited about this, you guys. So again, I just used a jar that has the candle insert from the Dollar Tree. I used some mulberry paper. First, I put my napkins on, and I prepared my napkins like I normally do. I edged it. Took the plies off. So on this we have the 4 butterflies, and then I did the mulberry paper. We're gonna let this dry, and then I'll put a candle in there, and I'm gonna see how it lights up and how it burns. So stay tuned, and I hope that you learned something from this. And again, share any experiences that you've had with mulberry paper. I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much, and have a great one.